I love this game. The 18-4 Jayhawks hit the road to take on the 15-6 Iowa State Cyclones. These two teams played earlier this season at Allen Fieldhouse, the home of the Kansas Jayhawks. And it was I believe Kansas came away with a 62-60 win, an absolute barn burner, fantastic, instant classic between these two teams. And now we head to Hilton, where Iowa State gets to host Kansas. Iowa State, one of the best defenses in the nation, takes on Kansas, which is one of the most well-rounded teams in the nation. Kansas is 9th in KenPom, and they have the 16th best defense. Iowa State, on the other hand, the 11th best defense. Where these two teams separate and why Kansas, I think, may be the play for this game, Kansas has the much better offense. They're 19th in offensive efficiency according to KenPom, where Iowa State is 65th. Iowa State has relied extremely heavily on their defense. And I mean, it's paid off for them. Look, they're 15-6. They're 6-3 in Big 12 play. But Kansas might be able to take advantage of some of Iowa State's offensive inefficiencies and be able to capitalize for themselves on the other side. But what this game, to me, is going to come down to, and it's all about Iowa State. And I'm not trying to pander because DRF Sportsbook is in Iowa here. I think Iowa State, their play, and this is going to be a really stupid way to break down this game, but Iowa State's play is going to be kind of how this game is decided. Iowa State has the better defense and they can control this tempo. Iowa State, if they play good defense, wins this game. I think no matter what Kansas does on the offensive side, if Iowa State plays a really sound, really solid defensive game, there's no way that Jayhawks win. But with that being said, there's so many factors that contribute to if Iowa State's going to have a good defensive game. Iowa State forces turnovers at the highest clip in the nation. They are damn good at forcing turnovers. And Kansas, they don't turn it over all that much. So that's going to be, if Iowa State isn't able to force turnovers, Kansas may have themselves a day. Kansas 92nd in the nation, so they're top third in turnover percentage, where Iowa State forces a turnover on, I believe it's some ungodly number in the high 20% of each possession they're forcing a turnover. But the issue is Iowa State's defense, they force a lot of turnovers. They foul a lot. They're 331st in the nation out of 363 teams in free throw rate. So meaning they are sending opponents to the foul line a whole bunch, which is not great because Kansas may be able to take advantage of that. And with the clock not running and Kansas being able to shoot a lot of free throws, I don't know if Iowa State's offense will be able to keep up. Now, the other thing, though, is Kansas isn't used to going to the free throw line. They only 16.8% of all of their points this season have come from the charity stripe. So this is a Kansas team that, you know what that number tells me? They're not driving to the hoop a lot. They're not really backing people down in the paint, getting contact, playing through contact. It tells me they're kind of settling for jumpers, playing from the outside in, and not taking the issue to the other team in the paint. So they may be in kind for a wake-up call taking on Iowa State at Hilton because that atmosphere is going to be absolutely raucous. So I think it's going to come down to this, and I don't want to blame the refs, but I think this game comes down to how the game's called from the referee point of view. If they let them go out there and play their game and be a little bit more physical, I think Iowa State wins. But if it's a quick whistle, if some of the guys get into foul trouble, if they're not able to play necessarily the same physical brand of basketball that the Cyclones want to play, it may be in the favor of Kansas. These are two extremely evenly matched teams. This game is going to have a huge implication on Big 12 seeding come the end of the year. Both are 6-3 in Big 12 play this season. And I mean, if you pick up this win, you have that head-to-head. Kansas, this game means a lot for Kansas, right? They already have the one-up at home. If Iowa State can pull this, they're 1-1 against each other on the season, which will be massive come the end of the year. And if Kansas can sweep the season series, all of a sudden, Iowa State, the way they've been playing this season, they're going to be near the top, and Kansas is going to be near the top of the Big 12 standings. So if Kansas can have that sweep and have that head-to-head tiebreaker, that will be massive. So, I mean, we're not even 5 games. We're at the beginning of February, and we're already talking about postseason implications and how these games play out. You got to love college basketball. I'm going to say my pick, and I'm not trying to cop out with this pick, right? But it's a cop-out pick. In my heart of hearts, I think Kansas is the better offense, and they're really similar defensively, so I think Kansas wins this game. But if we're going for value, I think right now, according to KenPom, Iowa State is about a 1-point home favorite. They have about a 53 to 56% chance of winning this game, according to KenPom. I think the play of this game, and lines aren't out yet on DRF Sportsbook. They'll be out Saturday morning at the time of recording, 12:30 on Friday. They're not out. I'm going to bet the money line dog. I think that's how you get value in this game. These are extremely evenly matched teams. The home court advantage may be worth a few points. If Iowa State's a favorite, I'm going Kansas. Iowa State has lost, what have they lost? 4 of their last 6. They're coming off an epic collapse down in Lubbock against Texas Tech. Texas Tech was winless in conference play before they took down Iowa State on a Monday. I can't bet Iowa State as a favorite. So because of that, Kansas as a dog, I'm all over them on the money line to win outright. But honestly, if Iowa State is a moneyline dog, I'm on Iowa State. So I'm betting with the value, and I think the value is whichever team is the underdog. My gut tells me Kansas wins, but I'm betting with the value. So that's our college basketball weekend breakdown, weekend preview. We'll be back breaking down more college basketball. We'll be back breaking down all Super Bowl stuff coming up. And if you're not already, just a friendly reminder, follow us at DRF Sportsbook. You'll get up-to-date promos, props, boosts, insights, data, analytics, everything you need to become a profitable bettor is at DRF Sportsbook. So head on over there, follow us, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever there's social media, we're right there with you. Thank you for tuning into the DRF Sportsbook betting breakdown. We'll be back next week with more college basketball breakdowns and with Super Bowl prop bets, game previews, everything that you can imagine for the Super Bowl. We're coming with you next week. Have a profitable weekend. Let's win some moolah. See you guys.